Hey, good morning. Thanks for coming back and watching these videos. I really appreciate it. If you don't know who I am, I feel like I should introduce myself. I did this in the last video. People say I should. Well, I'm Jason. I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm a photographer here. This is my hobby. I'm not a professional or anything like that. So I think moving forward, maybe not all the time, but there might be some kind of like topic that I can wrap these around. So it's just not me talking randomly and sharing photos. So I had a couple of things in mind for today, and one of those being is making some moving stills or like moving postcards. My friend Steven shared some moving postcards on his Instagram. I can highlight those here somewhere. And then my friend Little Nacho or Douglas, he was like, I was asking like what I could make a title, and he said moving stills. I don't know if I'll title this moving stills because I don't know how many of these I'm going to take, but I've already went and took some pictures over here of these tugboats that are like back behind here in this old Ford, and I took a couple of those. One thing to touch on is that I've decided to like archive all my Instagram and start reposting just my best work on my Fuji Hunter account. And the thought process behind that is, when I give somebody my Instagram handle and they go to see my photographs, they're kind of seeing like a mix of like this experimental stuff, because I feel like I have two styles really. This is like experimental stuff, me playing around, just kind of like hobbyist thing. And then the more like serious, I guess you could say, if you can even call it that, style of mine, which is normally like flat walls, mundane, kind of minimalist, very bright and colorful. The problem is that most of those photos live in summer and spring, or spring and summer. And so when I was looking back on my old work, winter photos normally really don't show up in my like favorite photos that I've taken. So I decided to make another account, which I've already had, but I just renamed it. It's called Plants Growing Down. Kind of sound like an indie band, or if I named an indie band, that's what I would title, like make the band name. So that's where these kind of photos are going to live. These like experimental things I want to get feedback on, playing around, trying new things and things like that. And then from them, I'll filter the best work from there to my like other Instagram account. So I think the Plants Growing Down is going to be like my main account from now on, like my personal account. And we'll see. So I've already taken some videos. Hopefully they're kind of cool. I'm shooting with the Lumix S5 Mark II, so it shoots 6K open gate, which will give me like a 3:2 ratio, and that's kind of like what I want is that 3:2 ratio in my head. This is how I got a picture. 3:2 ratio, like me holding the camera still for 10-15ish seconds, something like that, and it would be a photograph that I would take, but instead of taking the photograph, just recording a short video and then putting like a white frame around it. I shoot log, I'll like edit it with Dehancer or something like that, and we'll kind of see what they look like. Hopefully they look pretty cool. This weather is like freezing, but the sun and light's pretty nice. So I'm gonna pop out now. I'll show you what I took photos of. I'm gonna ride around these neighborhoods and kind of see what I can find because of the morning light and try to catch some of that. Don't plan on being out too late because I got some like actual work to do. I already signed time cards this morning, and I got to do like my self eval and like do some things. So I don't want to have like a crazy Monday. So I'm gonna start wrapping some of that stuff up. But so we'll see. So yeah, hang on real second. Appreciate you being here again. Thank you very much. Very kind. So check these out, and then we'll go do something. If you don't, you'll see me. I'll pop in again afterwards if I take photos around the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So here we go. See you. Bye. Don't go nowhere. I don't know why I keep saying bye. I say bye every time. I gotta like work on my YouTuber etiquette. So watch these, please. Thank you. Hey, so riding around was kind of a bust. They're opening the bridge, so I'm stuck on this side of the town for a second here. They are fixing this building up behind me, so I'm gonna take some photographs of that. I'm gonna take some photographs of this light on this fence here. Just gonna go ahead and call it though. I can feel myself not really being into it, and probably the photos are gonna reflect that from here on out. So it's just best to know when to, call it a day and call it quits. Doesn't mean I'm not like happy with what I did. I'm glad I came out and things like that, but maybe that's the moral of this video, and just what I should title it is not taking photos when you don't want to, or something along those lines, because they're not, you're just kind of at that point, you're just kind of wasting your time if you're forcing yourself and you're not in the mood. I really feel like that photos are a reflection of how you feel, and if you're happy, and really into it, or sad, or whatever kind of emotions you're feeling, if you're really into it, your work kind of reflects that. And when you're not into it, it's just not the same. So, sometimes it's just best to just, call it quits. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna take pictures of here though and see kind of what I can get. Hopefully they turn out okay. The siding on the other side, I don't have a lot of room to work with, so I only got like a small amount. So hopefully the 35 wide enough to get it. But the way the colors are on the roof, because they're like doing some patchwork or something like that, or like insulation, it's like red and red, like green and yellow and things like that. So hopefully that comes out pretty cool. But again, I'm gonna pop out. I'll come back and kind of close this little video out. Probably this week's won't be that too long. But again, it is what it is. This is still just for fun. So I appreciate you watching. And again, sorry I didn't have no video last week. I'm like aiming for one a week. But then again, like I just said, not to repeat myself, but sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the things don't really work out, and that's fine. It is what it is. So be easy on yourself. If you feel like that, the end of the winter's tough when it comes to photography and things like that. Unless you're like in sunny California or one of these places where it might even be Australia, it might be your summertime right now. But winter for us, especially, I don't know. I feel like the Midwest is probably the same, but like the East Coast, man, like, it's cloudy all the time. It gets dark at like 4:30. It's hard. It's like hard to get out and photograph things. I feel like the light in the morning is like extra contrasty, and the shadows are extra contrasty or something like that. And I don't know if I really like that. I'm a more pastel guy. And like I was saying before, when the intro of this video, splitting my account and looking at my work and seeing what I feel is my best work is all these like bright pastel colors and things like that, and this minimalist look. And it's not that I don't like the photographs that I take this season, or this style of the photographs, whether it be like more rural or more contrasty and things like that. It's not that I don't like those, but that's not really what I feel like my personal style of photography is, or anything. So I picked a really great time to start a YouTube channel right in the fall and winter time. So we'll see. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. Let me show you these, and then I'll be back. So check it out. Hey, so what do you know? I'm back. Not really disappointed in the photographs that I just took. I've been looking at my William Eggleston books a lot lately, and I got a new one for Christmas. And those kind of compositions that he gets and the colors that he gets in some of his work, I've been trying to mimic that, or actively think about trying to mimic that a little bit. And I feel kind of like maybe this has got a touch of what I'm kind of looking for. No, definitely not William Eggleston. Not trying to say that. But, I think maybe this has like a tick of what I needed. And, probably a minute ago or whatever, however long it took to show these handful of probably maybe five-ish, maybe 4 or 5, photographs. Before then, I was talking about how sometimes you're just not feeling it. And it's the same case, but this was a nice little spark. And I kind of like a, what's it called? The end, bookend or whatever of my morning. So the morning was pretty good. Middle was kind of not great, And then now it's kind of like capstoned it or whatever, you know, kind of put it all together. And we'll see how these turn out. But I appreciate you watching. This is the first video of the year. This is not going to be a long video. I am trying to do one a week, and that's what I like aim to do, and probably like upload them on Sundays, because I normally shoot on Friday or Saturdays and Sundays. Today's Sunday. Trying not to be by the side of the road every time, but that's just like the nature of how I photograph for the most part, is just being out here in a parking lot photographing whatever I can find. So I do appreciate you watching though. I hope you have a happy new year so far. And you know, just don't be tough on yourself. If you're having a hard time this winter and struggling to like shoot or find something to shoot, and you're not in like one of these like tropical locations or like year-round beautiful locations, don't be hard on yourself. Everybody's like that. We're all going through it, you know. Don't be ashamed that if you haven't taken a good photograph in a while, or like feel like you haven't taken a good photograph in a while. It'll come back. You'll get your, you know, Stella got a groove back, you know. It'll take some time, but maybe you'll take one photograph and that'll be the kick that you need. And what I like to do whenever I'm feeling like just things aren't like working is I'll go back and I'll shoot something that I know that I like in a place that I've been before, and maybe bring a different focal length or go back to a different focal length that you're like really comfortable with. If you're trying to been shooting outside of your box and then like trying to do something new and you feel like it's not working, just kind of go back and lean on what you know that you like and you know what you're good at, or a film that you like. You know, if you're trying like black and white film and you're shooting film, or you're just taking pictures and they're black and white and you're like, this isn't working, then go back to your color. Go back to a good old Portra 400 if you need to, or whatever your little safety zone is, your like security blanket. You know, that always helps me get back in the mood. And something I've been thinking about doing is shooting film again and getting back into film, particularly like large format film, black and white film. And I don't know if that's gonna like really be something that I like to do, but it's something that I fantasize about, and I feel like this is like, I don't fantasize about it, but I romanticize it, and I feel like, this is just like the pinnacle of photography, is like going out there, black and white, large format film and things like that. But I don't know if it's for me, and I feel like since I kind of know it's not for me, that if I tried to do it and it didn't work out, then I'm just gonna kind of be disappointed. So sometimes, you know, kind of stick with what you know, and if you're having a hard time finding your groove, and then once you're feeling good and things like that, then kind of branch out and try to do things. So I've been feeling good about my work, and now I'm like not as much. But what can you do? That is what it is. Just do it for yourself. I feel like every video I've made I've had the same spiel, but it's true. I feel like it's true, you know. So this is into it. I took the little moving stills, try to do this like William Eggleston type photos. I'm not William Eggleston, but again, I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy watching these videos as much as I enjoy making them, because I really do have a good time putting these together and rambling on for whatever 4 minutes and 35 seconds or whatever, just me rambling. But I really enjoy this, and it's pretty cool, and I appreciate you watching. So again, I'm done. I'll get off my soapbox. So see you later. Bye-bye. Have a good day, and come back next week. You know, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. It does help. You know, it does. Only if you like to. No pressure. No pressure. See ya.